Who was the first to see the resurrected Jesus?
Mary Magdalene is the first person to see the resurrected Jesus, which, if you were creating a forgery, if you were trying to fool the world, the last thing in the world that you would do in first century culture is to claim that a woman was your first witness, because they were not even seen as credible witnesses in a court of law in the first century. N.T. Wright, who is like the definitive scholar on the resurrection, writes this. He says, women were simply not acceptable legal witnesses. So if the gospel writers were inventing stories of Jesus' resurrection to convince others, they would have never had women be the first and primary witnesses. And sure enough, the first skeptics, what they said in the Roman world, the very first prominent skeptic against Christianity is a guy named Celsus. And listen to what he says. He says, whoa. After death, he rose again and showed the marks of his punishment and how his hands had been pierced. And listen to what he says. He's mocking it. He says, but who saw this? A hysterical female. In other words, you can't trust this. And he goes on and he says, and as you say, perhaps some other one of those who were deluded by the same sorcery. So he doesn't deny that Jesus existed. He doesn't deny that people believed it. He says they were deluded by sorcery into believing that they saw the risen Jesus. And oh, by the way, it was led by a woman.